Are you one of those guys that thinks if you understand women better, you'll probably get women better? Hi, I'm Jessica J, and I'm here to tell you that that is not the mentality you need to have in order to get the women you want wanting you. And to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to hear exactly what you do need to know about women and how to get us wanting you, or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with that notification bell. Okay, so I can't tell you how many times I have guys coming to me talking about, what does it mean when a woman does this? And I'll tell you right now, I could tell you all the live long day what we women mean when, but it's not gonna fucking help you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you probably know at least one or two guys who doesn't seem that intelligent, who definitely doesn't know shit about women, and has no problem getting women. The reason being is because you actually don't need to know anything about us women. You don't need to understand us better or get how we work. Granted, this is the kind of stuff I tell you every now and then. Yeah, sure, fine. But there's really only two things you need to know in order to get us women wanting you. And this is how we're able to want guys who know fuck all about us. Did I spit on you? And if you just want to cut right to the chase and get women wanting you for the man that you are without having to know a damn thing about us, which is fine, we don't care. Book your call with me now, jessicajdating.com/book, and we'll talk about all the different ways I can help you achieve that. So the first thing you do need to understand, first and fucking foremost, I talked about this in my last video, is what you want. I made fun of a bunch of my clients who every time I ask them, hey, what do you want in a woman? Most of them start off with, well, she has to be pretty. And then the next thing they can come up with is, well, she has to be nice. But you can have a pretty nice crack addict, or you can have a pretty nice mother of 10 with 10 different fathers. No judgment. However, you need to get crystal clear on what you want in a person and a partner. Because until you have a clear set of standards, you are just going to be an option to women. It is the man who has the standards and knows what he wants and makes no excuses until he gets what he wants that we women chase. We women chase after the man who isn't just gonna take any chick who'll take him. That is not cute. That is not the dude we brag about to our friends. And I just want to reiterate, the dude we brag about to our friends is not the dude who just understands women so well. That's the dude where we're like, can he be my new gay best friend? So if you have no interest in being the new gay best friend or being the dude that gets left on the back burner, have a set of standards for what you want for yourself in regards to what do I want in a person and what do I want in a partner. Do I want a woman who's college educated? You may or may not. Do I want a woman who is okay with not working and just tending to the home and you? That's what you want in a partner. So again, who is she as a woman in her life? Who is she as a woman in yours? I promise you, write all this shit down. We women, I don't know a single woman who has less than 100 things on her list of things she wants in a man. That's why women come off as so much more discerning than you guys, because we know what we want and we don't have to settle for anything. We just don't nowadays. You also don't need to settle for just any woman who'll take you either. So know your standards, know your criteria very well, and don't ever settle for less than exactly who you want in those lists. Okay, so the second thing you need to know in lieu of better understanding our brains and how they work, because I promise you don't need to know that shit, is how to communicate as yourself. You've heard me say it time and time again. I'm pretty sure I said it in the last video. We're all aware that we need to be ourselves. It's just that nobody knows how to be ourselves. Depending on how long you've been with me, you've heard me talk about this concept of talking about yourself versus speaking from yourself. Talking about yourself is just listing personal details that nobody gives a fuck about. Speaking from yourself is showing your personality. Again, this is something we train clients away from in regards to speaking like, hey, this is what I do for fun and I have 2 sisters. How about you? What do you like to do for fun? Into showing more of their personality. Like, you know what? I told myself I wouldn't come into this freaking cookie store, but how can anybody resist a cookie store? So here I am. How did you end up here? You see the difference in those two ways of speaking? One of these ways is the way that most men communicate who you are. That's not who you are. The second example is an example one of my clients used and got several different women engaged just from saying that. Again, are you speaking in a way that is communicating who you are? Most of us, not even just men, most of us just aren't. So you do need to know how to be yourself, because you know that you do need to be yourself. It's just that most men don't know how to be themselves. And if you need help with that, book a call with me, jessicajdating.com/book. I'll help you out. And the third thing you need to do do, which most men don't know how to do, which is why we women, we're not wasting our time anymore, because wasting our time on men who don't know how to do this, which is like 90% of you, is a waste of our time. We just don't need to do it. And number 3 is how to connect. This is why we do this, to see if there's a connection. But a lot of you don't realize that you can create connections with anybody you want. It's just that most of us, again, we have the performative small talk of, hey, the weather's really nice today, yeah? What's the weather like where you're from? You don't fucking care. This is not a connected conversation make. Be honest, you're fucking bored before something hits, before she says something that you can use. But before that happens, the both of us are dying inside. And let me ask you something. What would make me want to continue a conversation longer with a man who has me dying inside for the first 5 minutes? You shouldn't have to die inside, but once upon a time, somebody told you that that's just how you communicate until something hits. But we women, we don't fucking care to wait until you get something that hits anymore. So connect, connect, connect. It's what I've been talking about ever since I started doing this shit, is communicating as yourself and creating those connections. Again, all things we teach all of my clients to do. JessicaJDating.com/book. We can make it happen for you. Be mindful of these 3 things, because again, there are plenty of men out there who are getting plenty of women and they don't know fuck all about women. My grandfather, after my grandmother died, cycled through at least 6 different girlfriends, and this man had to constantly turn women down. And let me tell ya, my grandfather doesn't know fuck all about women. And you don't need to know anything about what does it mean when she says this. If you're still asking those questions of trying to interpret what women mean, you will always try to perform for women's satisfaction. But if there's anything I hope you took from this video, it's you get to be satisfied. And let's get you satisfied together. Again, JessicaJDating.com/book. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you next time.